Because yeah, like I follow like all the news articles out there and what's going on in the world. Like my morning routine is like listening to like either the Modern Investor, Bitcoin Ben. I will listen to Anthony Pompliano.
So Anthony, so a side note in Popper, I think I brought this up to you before. I'm not a fan of Anthony. I've kind of, so I have like, so when I got in, I was using my own.
Arrogant isn't he?
What's that?
Kind of arrogant, is he? Like
well, let me just break this down, because I don't like.
If this is the same reason that I don't like him, I'm going to be shocked.
Papa's popping and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mag's podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 32 of the Papa Mag podcast. Mags, we're holding people accountable here. We're at 215 days since we've been told it'll be a few weeks till we take our NFTs off of Theta drop.
It's a few weeks.
That is definitely a few weeks.
And one.
and honestly, listen, while we're on the subject of accountability, I think we got to bring something up that was mentioned and wasn't followed through on.
By us?
No, not by us actually.
Okay,
By a friend of the Pinecast though, Mr.
Really?
Bones Nasty. I think this is a little time for a call out here.
Okay. Well,
You know, I certainly remember that you were offered some sides to go at ThetaCon. Do you remember that?
I do.
Did you get any sides to go?
I didn't get any sides to go.
I mean, if we're
Bones
holding
Nasty did
people,
not provide any.
if we're holding people accountable, we're holding people accountable. So, Bones Nasty, the interest is running.
You're on the naughty list.
now it's off menu steak and sides to go next time.
Definitely.
So, dude, did you get your Christmas Playtato today?
I did. You know I did.
I know you did.
You told me about it.
I know. Yeah. Well, Swampy told me about it. I'd actually been looking for it and, check on the hour. And it seems like these things haven't been dropping on the hour lately. It was just a random one. And he poked me about it. So I was able to snag mine.
Why did Swampy tell you, not me?
Well, I had told Swampy about it earlier. I showed him, and I happened to notice that there was 253 golden Playtatos, and yet a max of 250 of these Christmas Playtatos. So if everybody redeems, then 3 people are getting left out in the snow.
Yeah, I bet there's a few people with multiple golds.
Well, I'm not sure if you've been looking at the marketplace lately, but there's been multiples sending back and forth here like Christmas presents.
Oh,
lately.
I did see mine is locked for 2 days.
Yes. Well, yeah. Now, I mean, I'm talking like leading up to this earlier in the week.
Gotcha. Yes, I did see some market action.
It was actually quite a week of gifts here from Theta Drop creators. I was able to snag the elf pug today as well, which was nice.
I thought you said gifts. I'm sorry.
No. But I did have to burn one of those out of the metaverse ones, the he dropped with the last drop. I forget what it's called, but that was cool. And also the one of ones from Jason Page Light Paintings from ThetaCon were dropped this week, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I just saw the floor on that.
How's that looking?
It looked like $1 million.
Ooh, that's a clean floor. So last week there was a bunch of Pine news, and we missed a huge announcement. And you had reminded me of it beforehand. And listen, we're holding other people accountable. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I forgot it. I didn't bring it up. It's my bad. And
I literally told you right before our production meeting, right before we started. This
in
one.
the pre-production. Yeah.
Yep.
But hey, big shout out to the one and only Chef Pine with the Chef Pine custom. That thing's sick.
It is very sick. And his Chef Pine, I don't know if you saw his shit. He must have sold or traded away his original Chef Pine. He said his soul went from that one to this current one.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah.
I did kind of take a look at this one though, and it seems like it's kind of unlike most of the other pines. And I'm just glad the thing doesn't have mayonnaise though. He's throwing some salt in his bowl, but at least it's not mayo.
Salt and ink goes together really well.
Yeah, well, he's the octopus on top, but then it also looks like he's eating the octopus as well. So, and he's holding a ripped off piece of octopus in his other hand. So it's a very interesting pine.
Yeah, but why is that any crazier than like the pineapples with the half pineapple? It's like the same thing.
No, you're right. You're right, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. What's the deal with a half pineapple though? Are you just like taking a bite into that thing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of get the. I think I kind of get the pineapple and the plant.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
cool.
That's like a baby, right?
Yeah, right.
With child.
Right. So yeah, what is a half pineapple?
That I don't know. Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe you need one of those to like make it into the secret society.
Are we already in it?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
it's so big.
I
of
would
a secret.
hope so.
I don't know. I hope so too. What else we got this week? We got a Theta Punks burning going on here. Did you see that? The raffle they got going on?
Yeah, I did. I will say I don't own any. I did win one from Doc Theta in a contest, and I provided my address, and I never received it. But
Ooh. Shout out Doc Theta. What's going on here?
I'm too humble to bring it up.
You're way too humble to ask more than once.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So no, so I would consider burning it had I received it, but no big deal. It's no big deal.
Yeah, no, this is it's a pretty cool idea. And some of these prizes, it looks like one of the prizes is 50,000 T fuel. Another one of the prizes is a pine canister. I mean, it's there's some cool stuff going on here.
Well, hey, speaking of 50,000 T fuel, were you prepared? Because we didn't talk about this, the million T fuel sale.
Oh my! I mean, congratulations to Blaze. But yeah, our boy Blaze, friend of the Pinecast,
AKA D's nuts.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I did it right.
Vice grip handshake. He I don't even really understand what he did, but he sold a multiplier for 1 million T fuel. How you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Congratulations to that. I mean, woof, that's like 30 something $1,000.
Yeah, and I was doing the math. If T fuel goes to $1, that's $1 million.
Wow, dude, that's some solid math skills there. That's wild.
That's newsworthy.
That is newsworthy. I mean, meanwhile, you got some other I don't know if you saw URP's post, but there's a lot going on there. I'm not fully up on it. I'm not prepared to bring anything up about it. But hey, I'm eating my popcorn, literally watching this happen.
And then there was. I didn't watch it, but it was all over the Twitter today. Was the video from Alien Like?
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I'm not. No.
Yeah,
I don't got enough time for that.
No,
I'm just not interested, to be quite honest. I wasn't into it. I know. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I definitely saw some back and forth on that for sure.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell because I didn't watch. I couldn't tell if any of it was satire or legit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, don't take that for anything. That's just me saying that I saw something come out.
Yeah,
and I didn't care to look at it.
Yeah, agreed. Same here. And I just have to. Whenever I see something, you got to question motives. Here, me and you. What's your motive to Pop and Mag's Pinecast? Making all that money.
Losing all that money.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I'll let the crowd decide. I'm just gonna sit on the sideline and literally eat the popcorn that I got today because I know that you saw it, but I happened to see a couple like decent fire sales on these redeemable sizzle NFTs.
Yes, I did.
Broseph, $25 for 12-pack of maple syrup. Please sign me up, because you can only get 6 for more than that on the website. And but these things gotta be redeemed by Jan 1. So it looks like it's fire sale season on the Sizzle redeemables. So get your popcorn, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a little more. I spent 30 on a 12 pack of maple. But
Solid though.
I crunched the numbers and they were good. And then
Yeah.
there was a floor ketchup hoodie, and I also grabbed that because those have to get redeemed too. I believe.
Yes, I believe they do, and it looks like the floor went up significantly on after you bought that one.
Well, that was like all on the floor, and I'm all in on ketchup. Shout out to Dev.
Yeah,
From
I
Sizzle
know.
Popcorn.
Honestly, out of the 3 hoodies, the ketchup one is the most visually appealing.
Is
for
it?
Sure.
I
think so.
I think the maple syrup one is. Ketchup's a little bit loud for me, but
It's a little bit loud for you. Wow, must be screaming.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Floor Sizzle Popcorn hoodies and Floor Popcorn. I love popcorn
absolutely.
on the floor. That should be our new. That should be our new commercial.
Yeah, grab some popcorn off the floor.
But listen,
second rule.
But what you're saying is, listen, gang, if you're not going to redeem them, you're going to have to sell them cheaper. You're not going to get. They're going to be worthless after 1 January.
You're going to get stuck with them. Yeah.
If you're looking to sell them pennies on the dollar, I will take them.
I will take them. Absolutely. Hey, let's take a second to give our boy Baller a shout out here. He won a big time marble match the other night. I don't know if you saw that live.
I didn't. Did you?
I did not. No. I popped on, but it was too late. And
I was recouping from the previous day.
Yeah. So Wednesday night, we get the invite to West Sherwin's blah, 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 show, and had a great time, going back and forth. And then the next day, I know he's got the Tigons on, and he's doing the marble run for 3 winners, and the first place winner gets the Messi Tigon, like from the Lionel Messi from Argentina for World Cup. So last night, as soon as I got the chance, I turn it on, and the Tigons aren't on anymore. And it's literally, I sat there for 5 minutes watching Wes talk into his phone, asking Siri to say, ha, 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 ha. And I'm serious. And he couldn't get Siri. He's like, Siri, read screen or something like that. And he couldn't get it to work. And he was getting so frustrated. And he's like, I'm over this. I'm over it. And he moved on. I was like, oh, man, how far he's fallen from one night.
Yeah.
From one night after calling you out for laying your head down on the table because you're ready to pass out, listen to me tell like a 2-second story.
Yeah, that I've heard a million times. But speaking of, so on the topic of Baller, so I remember watching some of the first marble one they did. I don't know if it was for a bronze one or goldie or whatever. And I know he took the loss very difficult.
He
was extremely upset.
Yeah.
And Baller, he's like the king of Theta Drop. He is,
but he's still also
so humble. And because of that, like he won a consolation prize, or is that like winning the stars? But he won an all-inclusive ticket to ThetaCon 2022.
Right.
And he offered it to us. You already won one because so you already won one, and so I took it off his hands for him.
Yeah,
and
shout out.
Appreciate that. And I actually just got around to sending him his.
He's got a Christmas present coming.
It might come after Christmas.
That's okay. Tis the season still.
Yep. So he should have a package of ThetaCon 2022 swag.
Nice.
And I included some sizzle popcorn for my boy. So.
Oh, nice. Did you send him any cookies?
No, I did not. I didn't have any.
Come on, man. I had.
Sorry.
I should have given you that cookie I had for him.
Well, and I thought I was going to send it out like immediately, and then I just went on living my life. Like I packed it up like immediately.
Gotcha.
And boxed it and did everything. I actually took the sizzle popcorn box and
Oh,
took every
great.
and used that to send it. I figured that
Reduce,
would provide
reuse,
some
recycle.
cushion too.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Baller, shout out to Mr. Baller. And
Yeah.
bigger shout out to Banksy, but you know, I digress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, congrats, baller, on that. Messi's got a good home. So I did see over this past week that our boy Swampy put out a little Twitter poll, and I just happened to find it interesting. I wanted to get your take on it.
Okay.
So the Twitter poll said, if you have a best friend whose birthday is on December 24th or 25th, how many presents do you get them? 0, 1, or 2? What would you answer?
0.
Same here. Absolutely 0. Sorry, guys. I'm not getting my friends presents. Don't do that. You know, I don't know. Do you? I mean, I like if my friends' kids, maybe like we would do that, but I'm not, you know, I don't know.
Daryl, no, I mean, I usually won't do anything for Daryl, but I'll do something for his kids and
Yeah.
and his wife, and in Christmas, then I might get him a couple things, but definitely not birthday related.
Okay,
But-
so now what struck me on this is the percentages of the answers. What percentage do you think said 0? Like, what percentage do you think it should be?
50. I don't know all the. I don't know
Wow.
I don't know all the breakdowns of the percentages of like or what the answers were.
Well, it was
You know what I
0,
mean?
1, or 2 presents.
0, 1, or 2 presents. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like 90% would be 0.
You
And
gotta
it came out 51%. So I was
Nailed it.
surprised. Yeah, you were off by a percent.
I didn't know. No, I didn't overbid though. Like I hit the showcase.
You would have won both showcases. That's right.
Shout out Price is Right on Theta Drop.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
too now? Okay.
No, but I mean, so speaking of challenges, you know, those ones are still open. You know, I think there's supposed to be another drop here to go with those challenges. So I'm interested to see what they do with that. Shout out challenges on Theta Drop. So we'll see about that.
There was another big Twitter poll that came out this week.
Oh, was there?
There was, and it involved the Pinecast.
Oh, really?
So apparently, I think what happened was somebody read it quick and they thought it said like Pog, like a podcast or Pogs and Mags or something like Pog the game.
Yeah.
You know, like
like the Pogs that
that were like
my sister
huge in
used
the
to have.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, then I put a poll to see if if we should change our name to go from the Pinecast to the podcast.
Ouch.
And we had like a record 9 or 10 votes on the poll, and a majority of people requested that we keep the name as the Pinecast. So it was.
Well, I did see that I did see a note from our agent saying that we couldn't change the name at this point.
Yeah, not sure why.
I wasn't sure what she was referring to, but yeah.
I think we're known as Papa Mac's Pinecast by tens and tens.
Yeah.
If you rebrand now, no one's gonna know what the hell we're talking about. And I honestly don't know much about Pogs anymore. It was like a quick fad.
Yeah, I mean, I think you had
fun.
to like put them in a pile and then like slam them, and whatever one's turned over. Is that how it worked? I don't really remember.
Yeah, I just like there was I don't know if it was one of those arts and craft stores, and they had like just tubs and tubs of Pogs, and they were like, and they had like these Simpson Pogs, and those were cool.
Oh, okay, you were all over that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, man, we got Christmas right around the corner. By the time this thing drops, Christmas will be in the rear view. But I had a question for you. What's your go-to Christmas movie?
That is. Oh yeah, I talk about it all the time. It's like.
Do you?
Yeah, it's my Mary. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. I think
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, the one I get a lot of grief for on Twitter. Yeah, Popperville.
Poppersville. Yeah. Yeah. So that's
all right.
The original black and white. I don't get the colored version of it, but
well, if you're watching that one, it's got to be the OG.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have one?
Well, my kids aren't into that. I tried to get them to watch an older one today, but they weren't into it. So we settled for Elf, which is solid.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm just watching one, I'm going Home Alone. I got that
Well,
childlike humor.
one or two.
That's a tough call. That's a
Really?
tough call. Yeah, I like them both.
Do you
if I
just
had to-
like because it's in New York, the second one?
No, man, there's some funny parts in that one. When he falls through that hole. Wow, what a hole. Throwing bricks at him, dude. They're both so funny, honestly. Like I like I don't know. If I had to choose, I would probably go one if I had to only watch one of them. But it's not
What if we
one
do
by
a
a long
poll right
shot.
now? What if, like, when we're done, we put up a poll: Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, or It's a Wonderful Life?
Well, yeah, everyone's going to come in on It's a Wonderful Life because I know definitely Baller will be choosing that one.
Okay, then just do Home Alone 1 and 2, and then you'll have to abide by the results.
All right, yeah, that's a poll with no losers, so I would do that.
Ugh.
All right, man. Well, was there anything else you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, man, Disco Fever, baby.
Oh yeah, good call. So yeah, so we were about to, botch. I was about to botch this 2 weeks in a row.
You damn right you were.
So Rare Robot came out, and yeah, he's looking for some help here, folks. He wants to name a disco in an arcade in the metaverse, and he's looking for our help. He said even something about a tiki bar, right?
Yep. Looking for names.
Yeah. So if you guys got any cool names that you can think of, I believe he said the disco. He was looking for something gravity or upside down pineapple related.
Yeah.
Which is kind of curious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you seen like Ready Player One? They were
I have not. No.
You should.
I know. I should. It's on my list.
Shout out. But there was a scene in Ready Player One where it's like all in the metaverse or whatever.
Yeah. I know what it's about.
There was like they went to like a disco and they were like dancing and it was like zero gravity and stuff like that. And then mentioned in last episode, TJ Miller's character showed up and just started like going after the protagonist, with his gun. And
gotcha.
some bad guys came in. But I'm surprised you haven't seen that movie. Yeah.
Okay. So that must be where he's coming from on this. It's just funny because you say upside down and it's like that ties right into Stranger Things and Sheriff Popper,
Okay, if you say
little
so.
Little different.
He did use a Stranger Things GIF also in the Discord.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
So.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I have one just small, like a shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
I don't remember his name. He was very nice, and I know like we've all the. I told you I cut out some of these ThedaCon 2022 stuff from last week.
Mm-hmm. You did. Silenced again.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do something at some point.
Yeah, maybe a special episode. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The dude, what, the Sony visual display thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we talk about that at all?
No.
That thing was, and I remember when they had something in New York City, right? And when they were getting a lot of heat for that because it doesn't say Theta anywhere.
Right. The tablecloth and
but I wasn't in it. I wouldn't even try to buy into the tikis. So anyways, I'm sitting and this guy is showing me this thing and I am blown away with I think someone had to pull me out of there because I think we had to record or something, but I couldn't get away from looking at that display. It was sick. So
yeah, it was absolutely wild. It almost looked like you were like looking into like, you remember like those shoebox things that we had to make sometimes?
Like a panorama, a diorama?
Yeah. Right? Is it diorama?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like what it looked like. It was like you were looking into, I don't know. I mean, this thing was like sitting at an angle, but you'd swear that it was like open, like an open trial. Like, I don't know. It was crazy to watch.
But I mean, it sounded like afterwards that like you either have to hire somebody to So like they had like really like this like one for there was a bunch of cool ones, but there was one with the guy on a bicycle,
Yeah.
and there was like a dog, but the guy on the bicycle was doing all these tricks. So
I
they
didn't
must
see
have
the
like
guy on the bicycle, but I did see like this like somebody on like the dance floor
Mhm.
dancing. Did you see that one? The woman?
Oh yeah, so this other one I'm referring to, there was a bunch of circles and there was stuff going in the circles. That one, yeah, the one with the one with the woman. I was also like, I didn't want to leave. It was awesome.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
so it didn't get. I guess the point is, I think I kind of bashed it when I saw it, but I obviously didn't know enough about it, and
Yeah,
it,
I mean the crazy thing is you can't take a picture of it and get the effect.
not at all.
And you can't even get the effect standing behind somebody and looking at it. Literally, like you have to, it's like a one-on-one thing. You have to sit in the chair and then it like is just like kind of focused on you somehow, and it's wild.
Yeah, and I remember that because I have one of the Sony visual display pens, so spatial
Very
reality
nice.
display. My bad. So just a small shout out to the good people at Sony.
Oh, if we're gonna do shout outs, then let's shout out Sushi Cat too.
Oh,
She's awesome.
she's the best. We love her.
Absolutely.
Sushi.
Yep. Thanks again for the jingles. Everybody loves them. You classed us up.
Yeah,
In a big
nobody would
way.
listen to this nonsense without you.
All right, man. Well, hey, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a great Christmas by the time they hear this. And I hope that we all enjoy as much as you and I did our interview coming up. One of our favorite Theta YouTuber. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
So the one and only Crypto Sherpa.
Coming up next.
After these messages.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sizzle Popcorn, the official popcorn of Poppin' Mag's Pinecast. Choose from a variety of delicious flavors including lightly salted, cheddar, salt and vinegar, Mexican chili, maple syrup, and, yeah, even ketchup. The perfect snack for any occasion. Use promo code POPPINMAGS at checkout for an additional 10% off. That's POP_MAGS.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
I happened to catch your Divi fantasy football update just recently,
Yeah.
and I noticed that you're not the only Sherpa in there.
He changed his name. I forgot what his name was beforehand. I think like in the very beginning of the season, he was Team Hagermeyer. And then as he came close to actually kicking me off of the playoff bracket, I think he changed his name to Nebraska Sherpa Daddy.
Okay, so all right,
Yeah.
some friendly teasing going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantasy football banter going at each other.
Yeah, understood. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm assuming I don't know anything about Divi. Is that another crypto that you're into?
It is crypto made easy. They have their own self-custodial wallet, which is so important that everyone needs to just be aware of.
Absolutely.
Is the only way to go. Never trust centralized entities. Like if you use them, just use them for what you need to do, but then move your coins off the exchange right away.
100%. Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, they are currently like the CEO just moved to Dubai, so a lot of big things are happening there. I'm working with the governments out there, and yeah, so Divi is one of my favorite coins. Like I remember I always tell people like if they're just getting into cryptos, like honestly choose 5 projects and at least 3 of them make sure they're Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and those last 2 just do your research because there's so many cryptos out there and like there's just too much stuff to cover. So like Divi and Theta were my 2 ones, and they're great for passive income. That's why I love those 2.
Very cool. Yeah, I like that advice because you got your steady ones, your blue chips, but then you got your gambling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you're getting into crypto, more than likely you have gambled in your past.
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Yeah. Yep, I like to take the words from Robert Kiyosaki from the Rich Dad Poor Dad series. Like, are you a gambler or are you an investor? And there's a difference between the two. Just you got to do your research.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, but still, some of this stuff is gambling too. Like on to the average person on the street, even as highly regarded as I think Theta is, and I know you think Theta is, You know, they probably think that we're just gambling. We have no idea what we're doing. You know?
Oh yeah, they totally think that. Because most of them aren't even into cryptos at all and still think it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, exactly. And then the nonsense like FTX happens, and it's like, oh, this is why crypto. And it's like this, you know, this had nothing to do with crypto. This had to do with, you know, this was more like banking.
Yep, these
that
are
went
fraudulent
bad.
people and accounts. Like people need to separate like the exchanges and cryptos. Like just because the exchange went down doesn't mean cryptos are going to go down. The exchange went down because they were fraudulent doing fraudulent things.
Exactly.
And they got caught, so they got to pay their dues now.
Yep, for sure. And you know, crypto, it gets such a bad rap, but it's like, you know, just think about the US dollar. Like I can go spend US dollars anywhere I want and no one's going to have any trace or know who I am or what I spent my dollars on.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you start digging into crypto and it's like you identify a wallet and now all of a sudden everything that you've done, it could be anonymous, but it's known, you know? So it's almost like I think it's going to end up being like centralization by decentralization.
Like there's going to be the two. I feel like people out there think there's only going to be one dominant one out there, but they got to realize like DeFi and CeFi, like they're two separate things and they're going to be here together. And then like what governments and countries just got to realize is you can't mess with the DeFi side of it. Just control what you can control, and that will be the CeFi.
So, Crypto Sherpa, I know I think you've checked us out before.
I've been listening to you guys. I love what you guys do. You're fun to listen to. Like I think in today's video I just uploaded, I'm like going like watch the Pops and Mags podcast guys. Like it's like you're hanging out in a group. Like even though we're not together, like you're just there. Like you're driving your car, you're at the gym. Like listen, you feel like you're a part of that circle group where everyone's just chatting with each other and it's fun.
Yeah, but part of the tens and tens of us out there. But
awesome.
but you've listened before, and it seems like recently, I don't know, Pops has like just nuked the format. So we usually try to do an intro, and then it seems like we're already into it. There's some people out there. There's probably some of the tens and tens who don't know who Crypto Sherpa is or what Crypto Sherpa is about. And meanwhile, he's going into this other stuff. But how about yeah? Could you do tell us who Crypto Sherpa is and what he does?
All right. I create digital content for people to stay up to date with cryptocurrency news articles. And I also cover two of my projects I like to stay on top of date with. And that's just basically it. I like to invest out there, build projects, start businesses, just do that hustle. I started this literally like a year and a half ago. And it was like, we're coming to my first year going full time, just strictly crypto. I left my job at Nordstrom, like back at the very end of 2021. And then from there, oh my gosh, it's been a crazy year. Just going, I have more time now to like focus on like putting out more content out there. And by me doing that, I feel like that would give me more credibility instead of just going, yeah, I've been in the market for around like 2 years, but it's like, no, I'm studying it. I'm paying attention to what's going on all around the world, what's happening. And I want to share this content with everyone. And I know there's a lot of like crypto news articles out there that's like, how do you know like which one's important, which one's to skim through? So I just try to report on like at least the most important news articles that are worthy of being shared out. But yeah, it's been a fun year. Yeah, since I started, like after January, like after the first week of just starting it, I get a call from a buddy, and he's like going, or my dad, he was like going, "Hey, my partner wants you out in Missouri for a month because he wants you to work at this crypto world location for a month, and then we're going to open up one in Florida."
So
wow.
So like that is your job. You're involved in doing crypto related stuff other than providing content.
Yep. Other than providing crypto content, I'm involved in like, crypto businesses and ventures out there, small VC groups. Like that's not just specifically crypto and Web3, but other projects as well I'm getting involved with. But yeah, the crypto world's like the biggest one that's on the main reason why I've got to move out here to Florida because got to get that started. It's the first brick and mortar store in the US that's all things crypto. So they sell mining equipment, they sell wallets, they have classes out there. And now they're focusing on actually Bitcoin ATMs, so they want to dominate that sector of the business. But yeah, Crypto World's in St. Charles, Missouri. And it was a fun month. It was cold, but it was fun.
Wow, that's very cool. Do you do anything with like NFT projects, or is NFTs kind of not on the radar?
Not so much. Like I collect the occasional Theta drop NFTs here and there. I had some
Sure.
ones. Who other projects have I like dabbled in? I'm trying to remember because like NFTs are a great way for token gain. Like people don't realize like that tech side outside of just being a JPEG artwork. There's so much more use cases to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I love Theta and like their DRM management patent that they got going because it's like other people are using this and this is your patent technology you guys have.
Yeah, for sure. I was just curious because, a lot of times like an NFT or like a token sale is a good way to get some of these crypto businesses up and running for what they're doing. So,
And like how what is it? Imagine Replay, how they're doing it with the John Reader and the Psychoco group. It's like it's a great way for getting fundings instead of like the original way they used to do it.
Yeah, and you're giving people ownership over the content too. It's it's a win on both sides.
It really is.
So you're more into like these are like actual almost like regular stores that are being set up to provide equipment, provide knowledge to use to clients.
Yep. Well, the store we want to like put together, like that's why I was down here for business more, get some more information on like how the store should run. Cause I gotta get in contact with my designer person who's going to help me design the layout. But yeah, it's gonna be like 5 stores in one. Like really, like we have a Calyx laptop office, a founders group office, like some type of holistic girl I met at one of these meetings or meetups, as well as a crypto world, and there'll also be the Bitcoin bench show if you haven't met him online. Like he's
sure.
So it's gonna be like a 5 thing like store. It's crazy.
Wow, that is pretty cool. So you said you started into crypto about 2 years ago?
I started at the very end of 2019. So like in October, like sometime in October of 2019.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah, October 2019, I was just finally getting into the stock market for 2 weeks. I'm watching an Elon Musk video with my buddy talking about like the new batteries coming out. Next thing I know, my dad comes in and just goes, "Oh, Elon Musk, pretty cool. Hey, what do you boys know about cryptocurrencies?" And after that, I just dove down the rabbit hole. 2 weeks later, I come to him. I was like, "Hey, so what's the wallets good to have? Like, is this one good, or what's this and what's that?" And it just blew his mind because I was not on his radar to like get into cryptos, like because he's been in it since like 2017, and he was just trying to find someone who can manage it. Like he understands like the value of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, but he can't learn it, so he needed somebody to get in on it. So I was like that godsend to him. It's like whoa.
So your dad got you into crypto?
He did. He was the one that got me into it.
That is not the average story that we hear.
And it just started by, "Hey, what do you know about crypto?" And that just got me going. Because then like 2 weeks later, I sold the only like $200 I had in stocks and bought my Treasure One wallet, and that was the start of it.
Better than buying a Ledger Blue back in 2017. Those things waited like how long for them? Like 4 months, and then by the time I go to get all my coins in there. Oh, it's it's a Ledger, but it was like the fancy one. It had like the
touch
screen on it. Yeah, it was.
Hey, we got that free leather case that it slid into.
Oh yeah, that was
great. We're not talking about that.
No, but so I get all my coins onto it, and then I just kind of like put it in the freezer, and then forget about it for a while, and then I go to like mess around, see where I'm at, and it's like the Ledger Blue doesn't work anymore. Like they don't support it anymore. They stopped supporting it. It was the one that cost more, and it took forever to get here. So
and we could have sold that for 3 or 4 times what it cost
immediately. Yeah, exactly.
Insane.
Oh yeah.
And then I wind up buying the basic original one, and it
same here. Yeah, exactly. That's great.
Funny. But I didn't get into Ledger. So when I did my research, I was like, okay, I'm finding a lot of people find it a little bit more difficult than Treasure. So I went with the easier option, but they're still both great products for storing your cryptos in a cold storage.
I think I got one at Treasure also because there was a deal or some kind of promo, but I just got confused and it's like I'm already ledged out. I just can't learn any more stuff, or I don't want to learn any more stuff.
You can't do that. You always got to be learning.
Well, maybe. But so more importantly, I don't know how you discovered us, and I've shared on the Pinecast how I came across you. Did you by chance hear about that?
Which video was that? 'Cause I think I got in really truly started listening like maybe like 5 or 6 episodes ago.
Okay, so Okay, so just for you and for the if there's any new ones and twos that have joined us, um, what happened was, for whatever reason, I get stuck doing a lot of this work, and I remember searching YouTube for Pop and Mags, and everything that came up was like guns and ammo fucking videos,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, so we are not known by anything. And then out of the blue, I did it again. I'm like, oh, let's see what's going on with this guns and ammo. And then all of a sudden, I see our pictures as like the image on a video, and I was like, what the heck is this? And I was like, yes. And then been watching ever since. I mean, especially the ones with my face on it. For no other, but
Mr. Humble.
but yeah, but you advertised, you put it in the description like always, and then when we updated to the website, which is papamags.com, shout out, you put that in there and shared that, so that was very cool of you.
I like shining light on the community and what's going on, because like when I started doing the Theta updates in Divi, like news doesn't come out every day, so I started really focusing on the community aspect, like who's building and like has something to do with the project, and I just want to shed a little light on it if I can to help everyone out, because like in the business, like I was always taught, you want to help people. That's the main thing. Like money will eventually come into it, but your main goal should be helping others around you.
Yeah, I agree.
That is very cool, and we appreciate that for sure. And it's kind of a similar, like when we first started this, we had no idea what we were going to do. It was like we had a great idea for the first episode, and we just kind of like aired like 4 months worth of grievances against Theta Drop all in one episode. And and people loved it, and they're like, oh, when are you going to do this again? And it's like, okay, well, how are we going to replicate that? There's like, literally, we just like shot all of our ammo in week one. So we just like did a little bit of a pivot, and we were like, all right, well, we can kind of do like a weekly update thing similar to what you do, but more like less about like actually like the technical side. We're more like updating like what kind of happened on Twitter. We're cartoon pineapples, so we're
Sherpa does. He fills people in on what's going on in Twitter too, which can be good, because sometimes I like to step away. It doesn't happen too often from the Twitter, and it was like, oh yeah, what's Baller up to? And now Crypto Sherpa, he didn't want to. Now it's Swamp Butt. It's not Swamp S anymore.
I just go Swampy.
Swampy.
Swampy, yeah, we say Swampy, but when he said Swamp Butt, I've been kind of using that to him, and he hasn't said anything, so we'll see if he says anything about that.
Funny. Oh yeah, but yeah, when I do these updates, I realize like now that I have all this free time to go full time and share this information, I do realize when I was working, it's hard to get the knowledge in and like do your research, like scroll through all the Twitter posts. I just thought like, let me combine all the information so I can help the common average person who has like some investment in Theta or Divi, and then they can just pop in for like a 5-10 minute video. Well, this one happened to be 15 minutes today just because I was covering that new 26 validator trust media brand. But like I just try to keep it short and simple. Like same with my crypto news articles. I realized like in the very beginning I was trying to do like multiple news articles, but I realized I couldn't keep an audience attention span for that long. So now let me just do single articles. People can choose what they want to listen to, and that way people like it because there's like 2-3 minutes, quick and fast, and they get the information.
Maybe we should shorten Popper to 15 minutes.
I think I was shortened to like 5 when you were talking with Andrea.
You should have said something.
Yeah. So how? Just curious, like, what is your like? How are you feeling about Theta right now? We're into the main chain, or the meta chain had a successful launch. We got another validator coming out. Like, obviously, like, if someone's just looking at charts, it's not looking so good. But what is your opinion right now? Like, how are you feeling?
I still feel like we got another year to go of this either going just downwards a little bit, sideways, because you got to pay attention to what's going on like in the entire world. Because before I was doing cryptos, I was actually studying chemistry in school. And then, everything happened, that 2020 thing that no one can say.
Yeah.
But like, so I stopped doing that, but I took the knowledge and lessons I learned in chemistry, like how to study it, and put it into cryptos. And I was like, okay, cryptos is like an open source network, because when you're trying to study what happens like from a system and its surroundings, it's like, okay, stuff is happening all around the world and playing a key role in it. So when I feel like why these prices are going to like be like this for the next year, and then we might have a switch where the bull run may happen, is because when you look into 2024, we're going to have the presidential elections happening. We have the Bitcoin happening coming up. And then you just got to really see what else is going to happen in the world. Because like this last year, we had, what was that? Supply like shortages, like everything was all messed up. You had the war in Russia and Ukraine, then you had China and Taiwan. So there's like so much stuff just beating the prices down everywhere. And it plays an effect on like where the common person can put their money, because stuff is definitely 50% higher than it was a year ago. Food, gas, rent, everything. So definitely see another year to go until maybe we might have a switch. So you just got to keep busy and keep building. And that's what I like about Theta. They're still building. And same with Divi. They're building. I like projects that build during the hard times.
Yeah, for sure. Are you more of a trader, or are you kind of like a stacker?
I'm a stacker and a staker and a hodler. When I look at traders, even if you look at the best of the best traders, their numbers for positive outcomes is like 70-30%. Like maybe an average person would be 50-50, so you're not making a good enough profit. And then like the newbies out there would be like 30-70%. So you're losing money at that point. So I just learned to hodl and just hold on to my assets. When the time comes, you borrow against it.
You borrow against it. How is that something you've done before?
Not yet. Waiting.
Is there a tool that you have in mind that you would use to do that?
I had like 3 written down somewhere, but that's like back at my house in Cali. I'm not sure like which one of those are still around. I think like Silvergate Capital was like a bank you could do that with. And then I forgot which other companies there are around there that do it, where you can like leverage your Bitcoin or cryptos out there. And then what else? Yeah. But that's how you do it. It's just like following the rich dad, poor dad ways. Like you borrow money, you get an asset that gives you revenue, and then you pay it off or you reinvest it again. And then, so that's the model I'm going at. And yeah, I got my father to help me out too. He's been in a long time. So we're in everything, the crypto and the precious metals game. And like, again, we're just waiting for the next real estate crash, which should be coming pretty soon. And then that's when we're hop on that bandwagon, when you basically get houses like for pennies on the dollar. And that's when like you're buying up neighborhoods.
Hasn't that been coming for a while now?
We're living in it right now. I like following Scott Walters. He's great with doing real estate stuff, and the Economic Ninja kind of pops in on that topic too. Because yeah, like I follow like all the news articles out there and what's going on in the world. Like my morning routine is like listening to like either the Modern Investor, Bitcoin Ben. I will listen to Anthony Pompliano. I listen to I guess that's Scott Walters. Like I'm getting source from everything.
So Anthony, so a side note in Popper, I think I brought this up to you before. I'm not a fan of Anthony. I've kind of, so I have like, so when I got in, I was using my own.
Arrogant isn't he?
What's that?
He's kind of arrogant, is he? Like
well, let me just break this down. Because I don't
like. If this is the same reason that I don't like him, I'm going to be shocked.
Oh, I
don't think we've ever talked about this.
Okay, great. So breaking news, Sherpa. So basically, when we got into crypto, so crypto is weird because Twitter, well, let's say crypto Twitter, whatever. So when I had a Twitter account for a while, and I still have it, like my non-Pineapple account, right? And I don't use it much since I got into NFTs. But before it was in like just bullshitting around in different like news outlets and in crypto and maybe some entertainment stuff, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I like it better than like, I don't know, like Facebook, where it's like, oh, you got to follow these people you went to school with and everyone disagrees and it's just a train wreck. You know what I mean? Like you follow the people you want to follow, right? And so like I enjoyed that. And then anyways, Popper got me into NFTs, but and then I became this pineapple disaster right now. But so back in our younger crypto days in like 2017, so Anthony followed me. I followed him, and then he unfollowed me.
Ooh.
So it's one of those games, and he knows what he did.
Didn't you, or was that just a Twitter thing? 'Cause I remember people like were getting
no.
unfollowed from a lot of accounts for like no reason, and then
No.
like, they had to get
Who-
re-added.
Who
Or
wouldn't
was that
follow
you?
my real identity?
Oh, who
is-
did? Okay.
So let's just okay. I mean, I've had some Charlie Lee retweet some of my stuff back in the day, so let's just hold the phone on that. Shout out Charlie Lee, and some others in this space. So I was pretty active in the space. So he followed me, I followed him, and then he did the unfollow thing. So that's a unfollow and block and flag your name, so you don't even show up.
Yeah.
So that's what happened then. I'm very interested with Popper. I bet you it's totally different.
I can't believe this because it's the same exact thing.
He unfollowed you too?
No, he did the same thing. He followed me. I followed him back, and then like I check and he's not following me anymore. I was just like, what a douchebag! Like you're done. Like what a total tool move.
Yeah, and can we do a reverse shout out to Anthony?
Yeah.
I mean, he just lost me giving him even the time of day by doing that.
Yep.
He's not even following me. I follow him, but he didn't even bother. Or
no, he probably did.
Well, now he's so big.
If you follow, if you follow him first. Oh, this was back a while ago. He would. Yeah. He wasn't that big.
Is that like a catfish or something like
reverse catfish?
Reverse catfish. He reverse catfished us and like thought we wouldn't know that this freaking D-bag unfollowed us just to get followers, and then he got so many followers doing that because I'm Anthony P. And and now you know what, we got you, Anthony, and I'm glad this came up. I'm glad you mentioned his name because the 10s and 10s need to know about this. And
they do.
Let's Papa Mags will not follow him. So just let you know.
So you are banned.
Not even if he follows us.
Nope. You ever watch us, Anthony? You are banned.
Yep.
So
that's funny though. I can't believe that.
I know. Well, still interesting topics. I hope you guys didn't watch my earlier videos that are still on YouTube.
I like I said, I discovered you when you're showing our stuff, and I see some of the other stuff. I just kind of stick to the Theta stuff. And it's funny too because you do cover a lot of stuff like of the people we follow and the interactions in the community. And it is
you guys. I think I just refollowed like everyone like who was like it's just in the community, and like that's how I got added to you. And then you started popping up on my Twitter feed. I'm going, oh, let me give these guys some shout out. They're talking. they're talking about the Pines, which is affiliated with Theta. So yeah, let me give them a listen.
Yeah, no, and obviously definitely appreciate that. But it was just like, you made it when we started replacing videos on guns and ammo to like. Hey, there's our faces. Well, at least our NFT faces on a video. I'm gonna check this out, and then I'm gonna check out this guy from now on. And it's just funny because maybe there's some stuff I missed or I didn't see, and it's like, oh, that's funny because I just wasn't paying attention to that part of Twitter or what drunken post baller put on or Chief or something. So
yeah, right. I love ballers tweets out there.
So I'm sorry, I cut you off when you mentioned he who shall not be named. So please continue.
Well, that was one of his. Yeah, that was his daily routine. Watching.
Yeah, this is one of the daily routines. Like what I do, like in the mornings, like to soak up information, like to keep on up to date on like what can possibly be the outcome of prices and how I feel about Theta. So it's like I just pull in resources from everywhere I can because, like I said, like when I took the chemistry knowledge, like it's an open source. Like everything is affecting the market because it's a global market. It's not just a United States thing. This is everywhere. So everything plays a key role. So yeah, I just pull in sources of information from wherever I can.
So, it kind of surprises me a little bit that you do all that work, but then you're not a trader.
Yeah, never trust trading. I feel like most people will lose if you trade, so I didn't want to lose.
I mean, I completely agree. But for me, it was like back in 2017, me and Mags, we were on top of everything. It was like, we had just gotten in it. I couldn't put my phone down watching,
oh my God.
Just everything, like glued to it. And it got to the point where it's like, I have my position, I'm not trading. Let's just let this stuff happen. Let's let it happen while I do something else.
Well, we learned a lot about the cycles of when stuff goes up and stuff goes down.
Well, yeah, we learned about it, but we didn't do anything about
Well, so we had our swing bags, right, Popper?
it. Yeah, we did have our swing bags.
And so like I had this swing bag of like 100 Litecoin, and I was always doing these trades, and I was like earning like 1 to 2 Litecoins per every trade, and I was like, yes. And then all of a sudden, like Litecoin had a major bowel movement when I switched into Bitcoin, and then I was like, oh shit, this sucks. But it was my swing bag, but I mean that's still significant. And I was like, oh, if I buy back into Litecoin, I'm losing like 30 something. I was like, ugh. So I think I learned patience, and then I learned like I'm not going to play that casual day trader or not like the casual trader. Like they think they can just pop in and pop out.
Right.
There's way too much time involved with that, and I got more important stuff to fuck up at work than to deal with that. But the reason why I think that bear market was good was, the 2017, 2018 was we learned about it, and like I learned from all these times at the casino is you may be down, but you're not down till you lose the casino with no money. So if you still have something, you could walk out with money. But if you choose to walk out down, then you lost.
Yeah.
But it's like just because prices are down, you only lose if you sell.
Right. Well, or sell at a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the same thing goes for you're only up when you leave up too. So it goes both ways. But that's simple math.
Yeah. What else, guys? Oh, Poppers! I saw your post on like the Theta drop, like the Maleficent things going on in there, like people like moving, like T drop around. Man, that makes me bad.
I know. It's we were actually just talking about this, and one of the things, like, I don't know how long have you been aware of Theta drop? From the beginning or more recent?
Actually, I want to say since the very beginning, since they first came out.
Okay. So that same here for me. And I was in Theta before I was in Theta drop. So I had really high, expectations for Theta, and I just, the technology and everything, I really enjoy it. I think it's cutting edge. I think what they're doing is great. And that same level of it transferred over to Theta drop for me too, right? So I'm thinking originally like Theta drop is like the best thing ever. Like these guys are awesome. And then it just turns out that there's not as much care into Theta drop as there is into Theta. These little things happen that can be completely avoided, but they're just I don't know if they just don't pay attention or I don't know. But yeah, we got these shard challenges, and you need the T drop in order to be a VIP, and you need the
T for the challenge. Like
the NFT, yeah.
I was like,
right. So, I mean, I was just looking the other day, and I was like, oh man, like this random account, it's like JSW 01, 02, 03, 04. None of them have badges, but they're all buying up whatever the NFT of the day was. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm like, what's going on with that? So I looked into each of the accounts, and sure enough, there's 3 shards in each of them, and then you dig into the actual address, right? Because you can go into the blockchain and see their address, and you can see the T drop going back and forth. It's like,
like I know, like that's what I love though about blockchain, the transparency. You can literally go in there and look at it, the transactions.
Yeah.
Like nothing's hidden anymore. Like you're going, like if you're doing something bad, you're going to get caught. Like I think I covered a story last week on a German dude who was trying to hire a hitman on the deep web, and then he got caught, and it was a fake hitman too. He sent him like 29 Bitcoin, and
wow.
Yeah, the guy responded like, yeah, this is a fake hitman spot. And then the guy got busted because a journalist was covering the deep web stories and then reported all his transactions to the police. And since he was using blockchain, it's like, yep, he was trying to hire this man to kill his lover.
Right, but crypto is bad, right? Because it's you listen to them in Congress just recently, and it's like, oh, rah rah rah, this is why, you know,
That's like Loomis when she said, "You guys we got this hearing is separate. It's like the fraudulent actors, crypto is separate, guys. Let's get this like let's keep this straight for what it actually is." But they kept going after Bitcoin's bad energy or whatnot. It's like, do you not know what they're actually doing? Most of the Bitcoin miners are run on green energy.
Right.
You got gas companies using their excess flaring energy to now mine Bitcoins. And so that CO2 going in the air, it's going to Bitcoin mining. You got Texas using it to stabilize their energy grid. Because like, what's the best way if you need a big source of energy in case like a heat wave comes or an ice age comes? Like the blockchain for Bitcoins, this is 10 minutes. Like, oh, 10 minutes is up. Let's shut that down. There's an excess source of energy going to the town. So I just don't think these people are just still very uneducated.
Oh yeah. Or intentionally trying to just
stick with the bank.
Done. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's very annoying, because then you get everybody else that isn't into crypto, and it's just like they just buy it, you know, hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, this is terrible. Oh yeah, well you had a guy that was basically running a bank and took all the money. Like, you know, this has nothing to do with crypto. But if somebody was using Bitcoin for a nefarious acts and you're able to identify it, now you can identify everything that he's ever done. So, you know, like you said, it's anonymous to a point, and then to a point, it's like it's completely transparent.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Can I just hot take on that, Popper? But so I want to agree and disagree, kind of, if I can, and I'm gonna. Cool.
Cool.
I guess I'll allow it, but
okay,
you're on the clock.
No, so like, you know, like I don't know, I don't remember if it was Deutsche Bank or one of them. They got caught money laundering. They got $1 billion fine, and it's easy to pay that when you made how much money off of all these transactions you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's like
it's just a fee. Yeah,
that's street legal. So like I agree, like that's BS. But like,
and nobody goes to jail.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. But the thing about crypto is that I think a lot of the hardcore crypto people are like, it's going to take over. Well, it's not there yet, because it's people in crypto's job to get people involved into it and to do it. Yeah. What? 5 of us know kind of what we're doing with that stuff, but not everyone else is. And it's an education thing, and you know, people have lives, so it's not meant for the prime time right now. It's not like Bitcoin's great, but it's super slow.
No, I get it. I agree, and I've said it before. The way to do this is to get people to use crypto without them understanding that they're using crypto.
Yes,
and it's the same thing with NFTs. You know, like Ivory Jones, one of the projects from on Theta Drop, you know, he's creating a game, right? And Fuse Wars, right? And he's using NFTs as the characters, and NFTs are really, you know, a big driving part in that project. This is an opportunity really to make it so seamless that we have gamers that can play this thing, that are going to be using NFTs, that don't even need to know that they're using NFTs, and then after the fact, you'd be like, oh, this is an NFT. And that's how you start to change people's
right. Well, in Sherpa, I guess I'd like to know your opinion on this. I didn't know we're turned like a crypto show now, but we
got to step it up. The Sherpa's here. We got to step it up.
Right. But, well, he's so learned. I didn't know that. I mean, I assume that, but I guess. Oh, what the fuck was my point?
What was it? Come on.
Oh man.
Ease of NFT. Ease like.
Oh, okay. So I guess my statement or whatever is that, like, I think the problem is, and this was going back on when we got hard in early-ish 2017, Popper, was all these fucking projects came out, and like, you don't need all these projects. And how many coins you need for a means of transaction. So like, I think Litecoin's great for that. Some of these other stuff are good too, but like Theta, they're building stuff. So some of these ones, like you're saying, that they're doing other things. They're building this really cool utility in other ways that maybe we didn't even think of. That's cool. But like Shiba, like all out of nowhere, and you know, and Doge resurgence, because everyone
honestly
wants to.
There is 98% of the cryptocurrencies out there do not need to be here. We need to clean them out completely, and then like those final 2% are the ones that are going to stick around because they were building something different than just being a currency.
Right, but most of them are rug pulls, and it detracts away from like the real shit getting done, because hey, why am I going to buy this really good one for $5 when I can buy a gazillion of them for 30 cents, and if it goes up to whatever, like I'm a
A
gabillionaire.
penny.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so all this money comes in from these people that don't know, then they get into it. Then all of a sudden rug pulls city, and then it's like, it's a scam. I knew it. And and then everyone sells at a loss, and then you're not going to get them back in. And you wonder why, like it's not getting adopted.
It's
Well,
because
I want to correct you a little bit here. Like Doge isn't a rug pull. They just like the guy literally said that he made it as a joke,
Well,
but
no,
people
right.
just dump into
He
it.
was up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Litecoin saved them because they
Well,
stopped.
they run. Yeah, they run on the same. Like they mine the same.
the same
right?
machine. Yeah, you can mine Dogecoin and Litecoin at the same time on the same
Yeah.
machine.
But fair point, Popper. Sorry, Sherpa.
But yeah, like, I wanted to chime in like earlier on like on the adoption phase, because like I feel like with the people like don't realize like the United States, like Bitcoin and blockchain like doesn't really benefit us just yet, but it's more for the countries out there who've never had a banking system at all in their life, or never even had a bank account. Like if you look at Africa right now, they are really adopting it, and that is like at least 4 billion people of the earth like learning about Bitcoin and blockchain right now. And like right now, like give it like 30-50 years, like the children like who and these people who've never had bank accounts, all they will ever know is Bitcoin being the most secure network ever. It's like our US dollar to them. So it's like you just gotta give it time right now, and like people are adopting it. Definitely Dubai is also another big hotspot as well, South America. But yeah, it's like blockchain is like really, and everything is helping the smaller countries out there that people just really don't give a crap about. And that's what I like about blockchain too, because you're helping the guys out there who need help.
I agree, and I like it too, and obviously I do, but I've been hearing every year since I've been into crypto that we're early. At some point they're going to have to show up, right?
Yeah, the year I think everyone's really looking for has always been talking about is like give it till 2030, and then like there's the mass adoption. But again, no one can ever predict the future. No one's an actual psycher can see that.
Right.
So, all right. So I got a really important question here. Like I said, I watched the Divvy update for the fantasy football, and it looks like you are in a money game this week. Is that correct?
Like out of the at least like 6 out of the 14 people who joined the league, we joined in with a $50 buy-in of Divvy. So we started off, I think, with a pot of like maybe 25,000 Divvy or 28,000, but we were also staking that Divvy at the same time. So now the pot's at 30,000 because it was
nice.
the season. But yeah, so between me and Divvy Nation Moon Boys, like we were the only two in the playoffs who did pay in the bet, so it's up against us to get that final pot.
So this is effectively the championship game this weekend.
It's the pot winning game. Next week is the championship game for like who's going to take first place, and then there's still going to be another 2 weeks for the consolation people down beneath, like who's going to fight for fifth and beyond place.
So how long have you been doing fantasy football?
This is my first year back since like, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. I used to do it with my cousin and a couple of friends back in the day, then just been out of it. So I like fantasy football because it really gets you to get back into the sports and everything, because usually I have no reason to watch sports.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's, if you're going to do it the right way, it does become a bit of a chore to make sure that, especially when it comes to like making the roster moves and picking up the free agents, like, who went off and stuff like that. So I've actually soft retired a few years ago from fantasy football, and haven't really been paying as much attention lately. But it's kind of, so you were out for, and you said there's 14 teams in the league?
I believe there was like 14, yeah, 12.
I mean, that's a pretty solid, like pretty large amount of teams.
Yeah, we just posted in the Divvy Discord and like the channel for that community. We're saying like, hey, who wants to be a part of this? Like, we'd love to get this going and have it fun, because again, we're in the bare times right now. Keep yourself distracted. And sports is a great way to keep yourself occupied and distracted.
Is there any other like community things that Divvy is doing that you don't see in Theta, or are the communities similar in any way?
Yeah, they actually are pretty similar. I like how it's like they're really here for it, like the long term. They trust the technology and what's going on with it. It's not just like all the hype. It's like, oh, we're going to the moon. Oh man, I'm so glad to be here. Like I've seen those communities out there. It's like yeah, but Theta and Divvy are pretty much like the communities are kind of similar. You got the people out there who do answer the questions. Oh, when is this going to happen? Come on, guys, or whatnot.
Is Divi mostly? I mean, do they have NFTs on Divi, or is it just mostly coin like token talk?
One of their side projects of Divi Labs, because they're more of a software technology now, other than just a cryptocurrency. So they're leveraging their technology to businesses with the VSAAS out there. But one of their like little small projects on the side, like the founder of Divi, Jeff McCabe, he started a project called Lightning Works, which is NFT comics, which are built on HTML5, so they're interactive comics, and then you can use those comics like they're interactive. Maybe you'll click on something and it'll give you a weapon that you can use for their first-person shooter game, Siege Rolls. So yeah, they got that going on with them.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, like it's a more of a fun play to earn game. Like it's not all about earning the token. It's like we wanted to create a game that's actually fun, because that's the biggest thing with play to earn games. Like people are too focused on earning aspect rather than we want to create a fun game out there. So it's pretty fun. Seems cool. Like the comic portal should be coming out very soon, where we can mint our first comics. They're trying to create like manga style stories, where it's like not like the DC or Marvel universe where it's like telling the same story different ways. It's like it's going to continue on. So like these people will probably die off, and then you got the nether generations going on with it. They want to keep it continuous like that. And then they're also creating like a creator app / viewer app where anybody who like doesn't even have NFT knowledge can come in and create comics on their own. Because like who's going to be the next Stan Lee of Web3?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
But that's like a little side thing on Divi that like doesn't get too much light on, that people don't really know about. But that's like just one of their small projects. Because again, like also like they're focusing on the business side where they can leverage their technology. Like you go to a business and go like the business can go, okay, we want a wallet, or we want to be able to do the staking. Like they can do any feature they want, and Divi can provide that for them. I know like they're coming out with like a loyalty 2.0 program, which they hasn't been announced if it was even passed yet or not. But like there was talks on maybe some major airline getting in on them, like wanting to use it. Like they were in like the top like 10 like for choices, but we haven't heard anything yet from them. It's been like at least 2 months, so it's like on the deal still.
Be a few more weeks.
Yeah, maybe months.
So coming soon.
Coming soon.
Absolutely.
We're still early, right?
So I heard you mentioned earlier our play, right? Are you an Imagine Replay Rewarded.tv guy?
I have their app. I haven't really watched anything on there yet. I linked like my Imagine Replay wallet and everything to, or the wallet to it. I didn't get any of the play Tatos though. I'm bummed on that. Like the only NFT for that I have is the Site Coco one, because I want to be able to watch that John Heater cartoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. You know, we're big fans of Rob and the Tygons and John, and you know the cousins over there with the order with the Tygons. So that should be really fun. But they were cool. They were at ThetaCon too, so it was cool getting to meet them.
That made me really mad that I didn't go. It's like, oh, so I'm not going to miss TC23.
Oh, cool. That'll be great. I'm not sure if they narrowed. I know they had it narrowed down to Austin or Phoenix. I'm not sure if the final announcement has been made yet. Did you see, Mags? I didn't see.
No, I just think if you get if you get a hold of Brian Macer and then just keep talking him up until he agrees with what you say. That's what I think. Just kidding,
it works
Brian.
for some people. Yeah.
Just kidding, Brian. We love you.
Absolutely. Did you have anything else, Mags? Was there anything else you wanted to cover, Sherpa?
Not really. Just give me a follow if you guys want to stay up to date on crypto news, Theta news, or Divi news. And if you don't want all of that spammed on your YouTube account, you can always go to my Patreon account. I made tiers that only had $1, so that way it's dirt cheap for anybody to get the specific news they want. They just want to be notified by the news, choose the crypto news tier. If you want to be just strictly informed about Theta, choose the Theta tier. Divi tier is just $1 each. So anybody can really just get in for the month if they want to.
And how do we get there? Is it just Crypto Sherpa?
Literally on any one of my videos on Crypto Sherpa, they are all in the description box, all the links.
It's usually under our website, Popper.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, you are.
I am the Crypto Sherpa. Just type in Crypto Sherpa, and I should be now I should be popping up at the very top. I remember when in the very beginning, it has to like scroll down. It's like, oh, there I am. How do I get to the top? Now if you type Crypto Sherpa, and you will easily find me.
And if for whatever reason Crypto Sherpa escapes you, type in Poppin' Mags on YouTube. You will find Crypto Sherpa. You will find us on top smiling. Well, at least me.
And if I ever get kicked off on YouTube, I just started posting on Rumble now, so there's more sources in case like my content gets taken down, I have another area which goes onto.
Bro, so built-in redundancy. Very
Yep.
smart.
Yeah, and then I wish I should be posting more on Theta. I know I have a streamer key, but I just haven't done that yet. I know I'd created a gaming channel that I haven't even posted any games on. I don't have the gear. I need a new computer.
You have a Theta.tv streamer key?
I do. I was able to get
cool.
one. I think I have two actually. I think I signed up twice, or I signed up once. They sent me like multiple emails, and I just received both of them. So I was like, "Hey, cool! I got two golden streamer keys."
I don't believe that.
And they were free. Because usually, like, how much are they to like get one?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. The only ones I've ever heard of are being given away by other, like I know HGH gave one to Goofed. Jenny on the other day, I think he said he had one to give away. I'm not sure how much they cost.
Yeah, because I remember like at first, like I thought they were pretty pricier. What if I can look that up really fast? Let me go to Theta TV. Because I know it used to like cost money. I was like, oh, I can't stream on Theta because it costs this much. Let's see, T-Fuel Store. No, I don't think it's even on here anymore. But
I'm not surprised.
yeah, but I see the Sizzle Popcorn, and you guys are affiliated with that, right?
The official popcorn of Papa Mags.
Yeah, we've had a affiliation with them for, I don't know, I want to say 3-4 weeks, right, Pops?
Yeah, about that.
We've had one sale, and that was mine.
For you other 1 and 2 listeners out there, go buy some popcorn now.
Well, it's funny because we had people go and buy popcorn when we first had Sizzle Dev on.
Yep.
But we didn't have a promo code at that point, so we kind of blew it. But I'm due for a refill here pretty soon. I still have the ketchup one left, and I'm not eating it.
Oof, that does not sound pleasant at all.
It's Mag's favorite one somehow, and Chief's.
I forced you to have some at ThetaCon.
I tried it, and it tasted way too much like ketchup, dude. I don't know how it possibly could be your favorite when you got maple syrup sitting there right next to it.
Ooh,
I mean, maple syrup is the best one.
Because cheddar and popcorn go together. Ketchup and popcorn. What are you thinking?
Well, it's Canada, but it wasn't had, but so I sent some Popper. I sent some over to Daryl's family, and so anyways, his wife got a hold of me this morning and was like, before I could even open, Daryl already had the salt and vinegar open, and the kids were eating that. And then when the daughter got up this morning, literally this morning, she said, "Mom, I want ketchup popcorn for breakfast," and she said, "Absolutely not." So she was craving it.
It feels like if you like ketchup popcorn, it's like something you got to be pregnant for, like that weird, odd taste, like the pregnancy cravings.
I think it's one of those weird things. I don't knock it till you try it, and then try it again if you don't like it the first time, and then see what's going on.
That's very true. Do not knock it till you try it, because again, I haven't tried it. I'm just going on like what I think it would taste like. Could taste like something completely different.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like
it tastes like what you think it will.
It's not like taking out like Heinz and squirting it in your mouth with popcorn. So
no, it's not soggy. I mean, the popcorn, it's good popcorn, but if you're gonna do it, you just can't put I couldn't put it was okay when I took like a couple of them and ate it, but then when I did like a standard, mouthful of popcorn, that was too much.
Popper, how are we gonna ever sell any more popcorn if you're knocking the ketchup flavor? And I think it's good.
Listen.
Use promo
you like it,
Poppin'
so
Mag.
you can pump the ketchup.
It's good. I like them all.
I'll pump the maple syrup. I'll pump the rest of them, really.
Okay.
And
so
I'm still waiting on our pineapple habanero.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I'll pump that one.
Oh,
well, I come in soon.
No pressure.
So
a few weeks.
So shout out Dev.
Yeah.
Sizzle popcorn. All right, cool.
Yeah.
If I tried that ketchup popcorn, I'd probably have to start my food channel again. Honestly, that was before the crypto videos. Like, I had my YouTube channel since 2008. That's when I first started putting some fun videos out there.
Oh, wow.
And I think I was actually like, what was it? Like, I was grandfathered in to like do a couple of things like on YouTube Studio that the common account couldn't do it until you were verified and a partner with YouTube. So I was like, that's pretty cool. But no, I used to do like food reviews. Like I did that for like 99 days straight, and I had a horrible, like nasty moan that just like scourged people, like going, "Oh, why do you do that after you take a bite?" Like, I also ate Doritos down the center. It was like, "Oh, this is so good, guys." And then I stopped after like 99 videos. I think most of them are still unlisted on my channel, so they're still there, but no one can view them. And then like after that, I did like 5 episodes of Pokemon card openings, and then eventually, like during that time, I was getting into crypto. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna switch this to a crypto channel.
Rebranded.
Very cool.
I saw what worked, and I just pivoted. Like, failure is not a bad thing as long as you can learn from mistakes, see what works, what doesn't, and just move on.
Failure is like, I think failure is like the best thing, because if you need to experience failure to get better, and failure is underrated in my opinion. So
it is,
and that's why I strive to fail every day.
Yeah, because trains you to not fail. They make it like such a bad thing to do. It's like, no, I must never fail. But no, you gotta get out that mindset and like learn that it's a good thing. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from other people's mistakes.
Yes.
So failure is great.
Well, and that's all we've been doing since we've been on. So we agree.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up your great work. I love listening to you guys.
Well,
we appreciate
love
that
listening
for
to
sure.
you, Sherpa. And I always love to see myself on YouTube as a pineapple. So really appreciate that.
Be ready in 2 weeks then. I'll put that up after. Not my video. No, actually, I have to do that in 2 weeks. I'll do it then next week when this video comes out. I'll say, guys, check it out, but I'll put your face on there.
That sounds great.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, hey, good luck this weekend. I hope you take down that divvy pot.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. You're going down.
And feel free to divvy it up with us.
And thanks for joining us, though. We appreciate what you're doing for Theta out there, and just keep it going.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. Like, I'm glad you guys reached out. Like, I just saw that tweet out there. It's like, when are we gonna get the GOAT on here, Crypto Sherpa? I was like, what? When did I become the GOAT? But it's like, let's make this happen, boys.
Well, you are our favorite Theta YouTuber for sure.
Yeah. Can I say one? I know. Can I just say one thing, Sherpa?
Yeah.
And actually, this is what I wanted to talk about, and I completely forgot about it.
Go for it.
And you're a very like I don't know if you're like a Mac person, but you're very PC like with your presentation, not like computer wise, right? So there's this other guy out there who does Theta videos, Crypto Elite, and I got to tell you, I am not a fan of Crypto Elite, and I think. He's been in the space, I think, a lot longer. Maybe that's why he's got,
1,000 viewers or followers or something.
Right. But so I brought up on a previous episode that he did a video about this like crazy Theta staking on Binance, and I'm not a fan. Did you recall this, Sherpa?
I probably recall him because he usually posts like a video on a topic after I already did a video on it, and I tell people like, don't stake on Binance because you're not doing anything for the Theta network. You're just giving Binance more authority in the network.
Right. No. Yeah. Totally agree. So and he wasn't endorsing it. He was kind of covering it. So it was like this 8-10 minute video, and so anyways, he's like, yeah, if you stake on Binance, it's like this crazy like reward like the
reward numbers, but it's limited. They can only stake
right. So the highest amount was like limited to like 500 Theta or something like that.
It was super low.
It was like super low, and then it was there was 3 tiers, and then the other one it was like you're limited to like 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever.
And it's got to be locked in there too. So it's like,
and it's got to be locked on there on a platform, and then and I'm sure the Theta is big worldwide, but I'm gonna guess. Primarily, a lot of people, it being in English, I have a feeling a lot of people watching it are in the United States. Shout out if you're from the United States. And the thing is, it was only for Binance, like not US. It was for anyone else. So like we couldn't even use it. And he didn't tell us that to the end of the freaking video. So what the hell was the point of doing this video? And I haven't really watched this stuff. And I was like, oh, let me just see what this is about. And it was total clickbait. Like
he just
all these,
drags it
and
on.
he wasn't endorsing it. He was just saying like, this is what they're saying. Sure. But like, That's not newsworthy. That's not video worthy.
No,
But
that's a 30-minute segment. Like with my videos, it's like, yeah, I gave it a quick announcement, told you what it was, told you my thoughts on it. It's like, don't do it, guys, and then move on. What else is going on, guys? But
Yeah.
he turned it into like an 8-9-minute video.
8-9 minute video, and guess what? Most people watching this video couldn't even do it anyway. So why the hell are we even talking about it? But
Or at least tell you up front, right?
He actually reached out to me. He wanted to pay for me to do videos to grow his Crypto Elite channel, and I didn't do it.
I think that's a smart move, and I think that shows you're a man of integrity.
Thank you.
So yeah, I wanted to lead with that. Popper has been screwing up the format of this show, but
That's what I do.
That's what he does. But oh man, appreciate you coming on. And
yes, if you're only back on, I'm glad to come on. Like if any like big news comes with Theta and we want to talk about that, I'm totally in. Or just if you want to chat about anything out there.
Sweet.
About
that sounds great.
Cover because that Street Fighter 6 looks weird.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, Street Fighter 6 just announced their cover art for their like box, and like, oh, it looks so horrible.
Oh.
Like, where's Ryu? Where's Chun-Li? Like, who's this random dude? I don't want this. I'm just going to get it digital now.
Street Fighter 6.
I've always been a Street Fighter player. Loved it since Street Fighter 4. Actually, no, all the way back to the Super Nintendo days. Going to my uncle's house and playing those on Super Nintendo. Oh, Street Fighter is classic, always fun. Short, sweet, and you just can't get tired of it.
That was one of my favorite like arcade games, like, playing in the actual or at the bowling. They always had them at like the bowling alleys,
Oh yeah, or nickel. Did you guys ever have that in your area? It's like a 5-cent arcade game that you played with nickels, which was pretty cool. I love that, but they got
No, absolutely not. Full quarters.
And usually more than one.
Usually more than one. That's why I usually stuck to pinball.
Oh, pinball wizard.
Fun days. Those are the bar days.
Well, and you know what? As much as I like the real pinball, I don't think anything could touch Space Cadet Pinball. That thing was freaking awesome.
Was that old pinball game that came on every old school laptop that just was automatically there next to solitaire?
Yes. And it's
I remember
great.
that one.
Yeah.
That was fun. After that, though, I had fun with Pokemon Pinball on the Game Boy.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me on. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I love your work.
We appreciate it. We, just keep up the good work. We'll definitely be watching and, learning. I'll dig into Divi a little bit and see what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, dive in. They are a hidden gem that I feel do big things. Don't know when, but I trust what they're doing. Keeping up with the CEO and kind of, I get a little bit of inside information because I'm so close with those people.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sherpa. Well, take it easy. Have a safe flight home, and we'll talk again soon.
Definitely. Take care, guys.
All right, great. Thank you.
Later, man.
Later.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a treat at feedthecat.theta. Pops and Mags is a scumbag hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.